Welcome back to another DirecTV powered episode of our ultimate guest experience mini-series. Today's guest is bringing some serious flavor to the show. He's a leader of the brand known for bold vibes, even bolder sandwiches, and he's unapologetically fun
That's
culture.
That's a tough word, right, Jimmy?
Unapologetically. Sorry.
That's
Unapologetically fun culture. Please welcome CEO of Cheba Hut, Mr. Marc Torres. Marc, thank you for being here, and thank you for your patience with us today as we're recording.
Yeah,
from
it hasn't been
RLC.
easy. You know, we've a lot of stuff going on.
We appreciate you being with us.
It's going to be, Jimmy, we're going to dive into Marc and how you become the CEO of Cheba Hut. We're going to dive into this in a second. Marc, and we've got some crazy questions for you, and it's going to be awesome, okay? But before we dive into it, Jimmy wanted to know, how do you become the CEO of Cheba Hut, right?
Yes, I did.
All right, so...
Wait, no, that wasn't a question
okay.
yet. I'm going to tell you.
Oh, got it.
I'm going to tell you how
follow
you
your lead.
became.
And then he's going to ask you how he did.
First of all, Jimbo,
Yep.
You got to go to Colorado State University.
Yes, you do.
Okay, you got to go to Colorado State, political science, okay? You got it, Jimmy?
That's what I studied.
Yeah,
Poli
exactly.
Sci.
Jimmy,
Boom.
are you an avid biker or an outdoor enthusiast?
You had
Do
me
you climb mountains for fun?
No, you had me at political science.
Are you passionate about craft beer? No.
No.
Yeah, I don't think you're right. So
I don't think I'm getting the job.
Yeah, I know
Cheba
you're
Hut
not.
CEO?
I know you're not. But then what happens is you go to Cheba Hut, you love it so much. You get a job at Cheba Hut. Right, Marc?
I actually failed a drug test, but yes.
Okay. We're going to dig into that. Okay. You become director of operations, and then you get promoted to the chief operating officer just a couple years, Jimmy. And then, Jimmy, in 2019, Marc Torres was announced. This was official. You could see it in everywhere. The youngest CEO ever, not just in the history of Cheba, but I understand also in all restaurants, the youngest CEO to ever be any restaurant CEO.
No, I'm in the only state that we're not going to fact check you on that, and therefore Marc and I could agree with you, but we're not fact.
No, that's a fact. And listen, he also took this Cheba Hut from 25 stores to over like 75 stores, like in like a matter of like a year. It was like ridiculous. Okay, am I right? All right, now we're gonna jump into it. I gotta find the introduction music. I might not be able to find it, so Jimmy might have to just jump in.
Well, first, I just want to ask Marc. First of all, thank you for doing this with us.
Absolutely.
Excited to have you on. I've heard so much about your brand. So, how much of that did Chatsy get right? A little bit.
Pretty much everything, start to finish,
Thank
spot
you,
on.
Marc.
And,
Thank you, Marc.
You
I appreciate
are an amazing
that. Jimmy
professional.
was shaming me there.
Was
He
not
does
shaming
that
you.
frequently.
Listen, Marc, Cheba Hut has truly one of the most distinctive brand identities in the restaurant space. And our producers once again trying to trip me up, but no, you've unapologetically and intentionally leaned into.
That's like the fifth time you've said unapologetically.
And you leaned into the cannabis culture. Fun names, playful art, and infamous toasted vibe. So while it might seem like a joke to some, the growth and the customer loyalty is
Jimmy, you know something? You know it's not a joke too? Us, because we're serious people at the Hospitality Hangout. We're fact checkers is what we are.
Well, what I like to say is we don't take ourselves very seriously, but we take our podcast and our work very seriously.
Very serious.
And you guys, what's one of the biggest challenges Cheba Hut has in terms of winning and scaling somewhat of a counterculture, brand in a mainstream world?
Yeah, so Cheba Hut started in 1998. So we've been doing this 27 years. And so way before legalization was really even
thought about yet.
Even thought about. And so our founder unapologetically started this brand in
He used
Tempe,
it again,
Arizona.
Jimmy. Now he's using it.
He just said it.
Everyone's using it.
He said it correctly.
And so, yeah, a lot of challenges scaling a brand that is named after, has named after different strains of weed, and a lot of brand education is necessary, whether it's landlords, lenders, whoever it may be. But we've been doing it for 27 years, so we got the spiel down pretty good. And thankfully now, I was just talking to a guy a minute ago. He's from New York City, and he knows about Cheba Hut. And we don't have a Cheba Hut anywhere near there.
Who the hell are you talking about?
There's quite a few of those guys around here.
Wait, are you talking to a New York City guy about Cheba Hut, and it wasn't us?
Yeah, we
I think you guys would be a great addition.
Something's going on here, Jimmy.
You guys would be great.
Yeah, we're gonna get our act together here a little bit, and then we'll be in the Northeast here, I'd say, in the next few years. So, but it's really been a challenge getting Cheba Hut to be known as a sandwich shop and not a dispensary or something affiliated directly with weed. We don't have weed in any of our products.
Well, we got sandwiches like White Widow and Magic Mushroom, Secret Stash and all these guys. I mean, it's hard, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, there's.
But isn't that what makes it fun? Isn't that the playfulness of the play on all? Isn't that what customers like?
Yeah, I mean, and that's, I think, part of why people come back so frequently is because, it's a little on the fringe. It's cool. Like you're part of the cool. You're part of the cool kids if you're coming to Cheba Hut. And if you're coming back to your office with a bag of Cheba Hut and a Cheba Hut cup, like
they know
you're
party.
making a statement.
They know you
party.
party.
That's right.
Yeah, I like it. I gotta tell you, it really is but you have to. Do you have to walk a thin line between you're a business at the end of the day. I mean, you have franchise, your responsibility, so is it a fine line you have to walk between the professionalism and the playfulism, you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, it is a business. You have franchise people are depending on you. You can't just be all party. Got to be a little bit of seriousness, no?
Yeah, I mean, and so we like to say we are stoner professionals, not professional stoners.
Jimmy, write that down.
That is very good.
I like that.
But it's also, we also say that there's a thin line between being cool and cheese dig, right? And so if you lean too far into the weed side of things, like there's a lot of brands out there doing 420 specials that have no business even talking about 420.
Right.
And so, you can
tell, you can kind of weed out. That's not cool.
Exactly. And so.
You say weed out?
Is that bad?
No, it wasn't bad, but I wanted to know if that pun was intentional.
Is anything I do intentional, Jimmy? Anything I do is purely accidental.
All right.
And you know that. Come on, Cheba.
So,
I'm not that clever.
We have to be really mindful on just, being out. Well, the thing is, we got to be authentic, right? Every brand needs to be authentic, and it's just part of being successful. And, being authentic is, I think, just taking care of your customers and your crew and making the right decisions.
I like it, man. Cheba Hut isn't about getting high, Jimmy. It's about love.
About love.
It's about love. Love of sandwich.
It's more, we like to say it's more innuendo than in your face, even though in our murals and in our artwork, there's people smoking weed and all that, but it's definitely more about the experience coming into Cheba Hut. I know we were talking a little bit earlier, and you're just like, I have to get into this place and check it out. And, it's a vibe. You have to experience it. You have to get in it. And so that is tough to do. It's tough to educate that on,
You guys seem to be doing a good job, man.
Let's talk about that Cheba Hut in-store vibe, because I have been told that to truly experience Cheba Hut, you got to go to the store. And from the visuals you talked about to the music, and nothing is random. So how do you approach curating this sensory experience? What do you think about what's on the TVs and the music, but how do you make the place feel to create that that connectivity? And how maybe have you evolved over the couple of decades that you guys have been at this?
So vibes are all about people. So you got to have good people in the restaurants. You got to have good owners and good crew members. And so that vibe comes down to that. I could have the coolest artwork on the wall, but if the guy taking your order is a douchebag, it kind of the vibe's spoiled. So
factor, Jimmy.
Correct. Yeah.
You
and
can't have that.
That's something we're real intentional about. Obviously, starting with our franchise partners, making sure they're the right folks, and we actually provide a lot of opportunity for our owners to individualize their restaurants. And so
really?
Between the artwork and the murals, pretty much in the dining room, we allow them a ton of flexibility.
When you say flexibility, you give them here are 5 tables. You can pick which one you want. Here's 5 murals.
Definitely not on the artwork. But on the table side of things, we have our design packages that we have. But if somebody wants to use a table that their brother made or something like that, so long as it is professional and dialed, that's all good. In the kitchen, not a lot of flexibility.
Right.
That needs to be dialed.
That's because that's
do high
execution, right?
volume, and we got to be dialed on that side. In the dining room, we allow for a lot of flexibility.
So if they want to bring seriously, they find the grandmother's old dining room set, it's such a cool table. They got to send you a picture and be like, yo, Mark, is this okay? Can we use this?
It doesn't come down to that. I mean, they see our franchisees, I think like most franchisees, they compete against each other, right? So they want their to be looking good. They want it to be tight. They know what works in the other stores, and they try to duplicate that.
Makes sense.
At least from an execution standpoint, and from that professional look and feel. But yeah, it doesn't really come down to having to go that deep into like approving specs and whatnot. But again, we got great franchise owners. They like our brand because they can be creative. They can bring their own, put their own touch and fingerprint onto their restaurant. It's not cookie cutter.
Nice.
And that creates an awesome place to spend time. So yeah.
Oh, I love it.
I want to talk about the underdog story.
Yeah, Jimmy loves this.
I am loving this. Cheba Hut goes toe to toe, okay, with some of the sandwich giants in our industry.
Yeah.
And they outspend you, and yet you guys continue to stand out, and you beat the odds, and you're proving haters wrong. So talk a little bit about how you guys play this underdog vibe in a very competitive space, and yet are coming out consistently. Your numbers are really strong, your AUVs and your performance and your growth. Talk about how you play up this
great
underage.
question,
How do you
Jimmy.
do the underage? Sorry, the underdog game here.
Great question, Jimmy.
So 2.45 million AUV, so really strong. It
Yes.
was actually 2.5 last week. So yeah, crushing it on that side. We're very competitive. So, again, that's the stoner professional piece, right? Like, you take our business very serious. We've got amazing tech. We got amazing people. We're dialed. And so that enables us to fight. We also use our smaller size to move quickly. We just did a full system POS rollout in under 5 months. So completely swapped it out, did all new digital menu boards, all new POS across our entire system in under 5 months. That's something that I don't think the big guys can do. We use that as a competitive advantage. As far as in the marketplace, like competing for ad spend or anything like that, I mean, we're a word of mouth restaurant. So that's where we do the bulk of our, we execute at the store level on a day-to-day basis, and that's what keeps
You get a lot of
people coming
social,
back.
like a lot of social media. Is
We
that
do a
a
lot of-
big thing for you? Like people
I mean,
just.
I don't have anybody in house that's dedicated to social.
No, but I mean on the consumer side, are you getting a lot of like influencer kind of stuff going on? You know what I mean? Where people
Yeah, we
are
do
like,
that for new store openings and for stores that maybe aren't at the volume that we want. We'll use that tactic. But we get a lot of organic stuff just happening.
right.
And
That's
so,
what I was leaning more towards the organic stuff
Yeah.
because you get this cool vibe.
And
People
that's the
just
thing, if
like,
you're going to be
wow.
authentic and
Yeah.
you try to, our founder, he actually really doesn't like influencers unless they are huge fans of the brand and
Right.
they just, obviously have a platform to talk about that. But,
100%.
if you haven't been into the company, I mean, that's the biggest filter that we have is like, why Cheba Hut? For anybody that wants to come into the brand or whatever, it's why Cheba Hut. And if you leave that question blank, we don't even want to talk to you.
Yeah.
We want people that fit our vibe, that know what we're about, that have been into our stores.
They're
that
dialed in.
understand.
They gotta be dialed in.
Yeah.
If they're
I
not
was a little
dialed in.
suspect because you guys haven't been to Cheba. You said you're in Vegas. You
Let me
didn't
tell
go.
you something.
Oh, you're here in
I
Phoenix.
tried-
I feel we're messing up. We got to go.
I tried to
so-
go when we were in Vegas last time, and I got to tell you, it was a 20-minute Uber ride, and something happened, and I don't remember what it was, but something happened, and we couldn't go, and it was a whole big thing, and
All
everyone
good,
was
all
upset.
good, all
We got
good.
Chachi. We got to
And
get
I ended
there.
up having to smoke
But
a
then
joint.
this
I was so stressed.
conversation,
I had to smoke a joint. I was so stressed out. I had to go. Literally, I was so upset about the whole
Chachi,
thing.
I think after we finished our podcast today,
Yeah.
we should jump on an Uber and we should go to Cheba Hut.
I'll go with
We
you.
just go. We should
down.
Mark. We should go with Mark.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's
it's
do it.
enough for it.
I
It's
just want to
enough
give a
for
shout.
it,
I just want to give a shout out. We talk about the underdog story.
Yeah, let's talk about the underdog
Our
story.
friend, no, and I so love that she said you're using your size to your advantage and the ability to be faster and more agile. Our friends and our partners at DirecTV, they have business solutions designed to help independent restaurants and growing chains compete
Yeah.
with the biggest players
Without a
and
doubt,
deliver
Jimbo.
premium entertainment. We want to give a shout out because we really do think DirecTV is such an important part of creating that sensory experience.
Yep.
And we want to thank them for everything they do for not just big restaurant groups, but particularly how they support independents. So there
You
you
know
go.
why, Jimbo?
What?
Because this is what I think about with DirecTV.
Batman.
All right, Jimbo.
Chachi, who's your favorite Batman? Who was your favorite Batman?
I mean, I got to be honest with you. The most recent Batman is that. I mean, who's the Batman right now?
At least I came up with that name.
You think
That's
that's
it.
pretty
Christian
good.
Bale. Yeah, that Christian Bale.
Oh yeah, he's pretty cool.
I knew it was like he was very good.
Yeah.
Very good.
All right, listen, Jimmy. I got to tell you, that's what I think of DirecTV for business. They're the Batman.
The Batman.
They're the Batman of like whatever they're the Batman of. You know what I mean? But they're the Batman, right? They're backing it up, right? All right, I had to get that out of the way. All right, listen. Let's go game day draft, okay? Can we go game day draft?
Let's do it.
Mark, do you have any idea what we're talking about right now?
I think I prepped. I read the email.
Hey, did you just take a break first,
email.
Shatsy? Did we take a break?
Oh, am I supposed to take a break?
I think.
All right, let's take a quick break, and we'll be right back with game day draft and what else we got? Like brand and quick fire. We got a whole bunch of stuff. So stay with us. We'll be right back, okay? All right, we are back, and I got to tell you, we are super excited for the game day draft, okay? We are playing game day draft, okay? And we are it's Cheba Hut edition. All right, Mark, I'm going to tell you a couple of items that you and your buddy's going to have like on a game day. You know, it's going to be the sickest event, your house, you know. You got the 85-inch Samsung. Everyone's on a big sectional and whatever, and you're ordering food, right?
All right.
Maybe the bongs out there. I don't know, but it's going to be fun. It's going to be a big day. Where are you getting chicken wings from?
You know, I got to say, I go old school here with, I got to have pizza with my chicken wings. So I order pizza from Papa John's. I don't know. Is that lame?
No.
Yeah, I get the wings from Papa John's.
This is your party.
All
These
right.
are your friends.
Yeah.
I mean,
the wings
they
with
may come to
Papa
your party. They'll never be friends with you again, but that's okay. These are your friends.
If I'm going just straight wings, I got to go to my local chain, Wing Shack. Shout
Got
out.
it. Okay.
And yeah, but otherwise.
We got a shout out there. And then burger. What are you going burger?
Shake Shack.
The Shack.
Yeah.
The shot to shake.
I love that. Where are you going chicken sandwich?
I got to do, I mean, I don't eat them too often, but original Popeyes chicken sandwich, when that thing came out, that thing was.
Love that chicken at Popeyes.
It was amazing. Yeah. So shout out to Popeyes chicken sandwich.
All right. Now, this is the one that a lot of people seem to have an agreement on. What you mentioned so far, I mean, I haven't had the Shack before. I don't think we had Popeyes before. We're doing that question a lot. French fries.
Let's go Raising Cane's. Crinkle cut.
Really?
Hook me up.
Interesting. Everyone loves Raising Cane's.
They crush it.
They
I
really
actually
do.
boycotted them for
Why? What
probably 8
They
years.
screw up an order?
So when I was younger, I hadn't, my flavor profiles hadn't been sophisticated enough, and so I've only ate barbecue sauce with chicken, and they don't have barbecue sauce. All they have is cane sauce. So
And cane sauce is kind of like ranch, right?
Yeah, and I didn't do like mayo-based stuff for a long time, but I do now. But
did mayo creep you out when you were younger?
I don't know. I just didn't roll it.
Creeps a lot of people
barbecue.
out.
Yeah.
Like mayo. I don't know why, but
So they didn't have barbecue, so I boycotted them for a long time. But then I came over to, the dark side, the mayo side.
The mayo side.
Yeah. So,
what's the only thing weird about mayo, so like a lot of mayo, it's weird, is that it's like, it doesn't be refrigerated after you open it. It's kind of weird. Like
you don't refrigerate your mayo after opening it?
No, not me. If you look at a thing of like, Hellman's, okay? If you look at Hellman's mayonnaise,
okay,
and it's like shelf stable.
Maybe I can
after you open it.
My mayo's
They
in the
have
fridge.
natural ones and organic ones now. They have Hellman's now has a whole lineup, but the one that we've been eating like when we were little for a long time, it was like it could just be like just hang out.
See, people want to sell or they want to buy our ranch in bulk, right? We home make all of our sauces, so they want to buy it, but that's the buttermilk. The buttermilk has to be refrigerated, so that's why.
Buttermilk.
That's why we.
Well, I think mayonnaise has to be just for some. There's something in like, when we talk about like healthy processed foods, there's something in there that's like keeping it. Anyway, all right, enough about that.
All right.
So all right, we got that out of the way, right? And we're really excited about that. But now we got to go into the branded quickfire, right? We're like dallying right now, right? We got to go right to the branded quickfire, right?
We're chit-chatting.
We're hanging out.
Yeah. If you're stranded on a deserted island,
Okay.
right, and you got Wi-Fi, I don't know why, but you do.
Starlink.
The one streaming show that you will have, and because you can binge it like for like 3 years.
I don't know why I can never get tired of watching Diners Drive Triple D.
Triple D.
I don't know why. I could watch it for
I
hours
could do
and
it too,
hours.
because I got to tell you, it's a cool show, and he finds these places. Which, by the way, I've been to a bunch. I like him. What's the last thing you Googled?
Other than conference stuff here, we're trying to maybe look at franchising some other brands. So I've been scoping some other brands and checking them out. So yeah, I'm always creeping. Other than
Just
that,
always
Rory McIlroy. I had to learn more about Rory. I've
You
kinda,
like that Masters finish,
Yeah,
huh?
I mean, how can you not? I was watching a
He
little bit
almost
of early.
choked.
Oh, he did choke.
I mean,
then
but he won,
He
so he, like-
recovered. He recovered.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I mean, he
everybody
choked,
knew
but he
he
didn't
was going to
lose
choke.
choke.
Everybody knew he was going to miss that putt on 18, but he recovered, and I'm happy for him.
Yeah.
Everybody's allergies got real out
Oh,
of hand
yeah.
after.
No, it was,
after
I mean, he was real. I mean, he hadn't won a major in 10 years.
Yeah.
You know, so anyway, it was a long time coming. I'm happy because I think now he'll stay married, right? At this point. I mean, because that was, I think it was like,
did hear it. Got
like,
a little
it was
choppy.
there was a lot of
Yeah.
stuff there with him and the CBS girl and you know, the news, and then she interviewed him. There was a lot of stuff going on there. But all right, so the quick fire is really moving right now. How do you think your bagel? What's your go-to bagel order?
You got to go cinnamon raisin, plain cream cheese.
You see, cinnamon raisin and cream cheese go together
Yes.
very nicely.
Very
Sweet
nicely.
and savory. Yeah.
It's a very nice order. Jimmy, that's why I'm sorry. I'm not going to say a blueberry bagel is a bagel. It's just not.
On that topic, I just feel people can have
Well, you
any
keep
bagel they
saying
want.
that, but then you said that you can't put pineapple on a pizza.
Because that's insane.
We have pineapple
What?
on our
But-
subs.
I'm okay with it.
And you don't think that a blueberry bagel is insane? With strawberry cream cheese? That's a muffin.
I
That-
feel
that's
like
a
a
little crazy.
blueberry bagel's fine, but I just wouldn't toast it. For some reason, I feel like it would have to be untoasted.
I don't know. I'm sorry.
might be
You know, Jimmy, you can't be you're like a pizza purist, but not a bagel purist. Anyway, all right. Again, we're not doing fast. What's the all-time favorite condiment?
Cheba Hut's ranch, of course.
Cheba Hut Ranch.
Yeah.
Excellent. Excellent
Loyal.
answer. All right. If you were challenged, do you like Mario Kart? Do you ever play Mario?
Oh, yeah, Yoshi.
Yeah. Mario Kart was badass. Badass. I mean, that was my favorite.
I actually took out a kid the other day with a bag, you know, those cornhole bags,
Yeah.
and he was running across. I was at this restaurant thing that had the bag set up, and he was running across this artificial lawn,
and
I launched it at him, and it was just like I launched a
And-
freaking shell,
like it-
banana
and just
peel,
knocked
he
him
just
right out?
Totally
it just
took
went.
his legs out, tumbled, rolled. It was the full
Brilliant.
meal deal. It was amazing. It was a Mario Kart moment.
Oh, that is.
That was
Yeah.
my Yoshi moment.
I love that because it was like you had like the turtle shells you could
Yeah.
throw.
Yeah.
You could drop the banana.
Meanwhile, the
peel.
kid-
Throw the
kid-
banana.
the kid
That's
was
what I did.
6.
Is I,
Yeah,
like,
you
I
dropped the
threw
Kid
it
was
banana.
in.
6 years old.
Yeah,
His
I love
mom
that.
got upset.
He was probably 6.
Mark had to give him a free sub.
All right, so you like Mario Kart, Jimmy? There's no way you ever played Mario Kart.
I'd never played Mario Kart.
It's so sad, Jimmy. Honestly, that's a sad
I'm
thing.
sorry. I'm
Hey,
sorry.
you don't have to
We actually
apologize
do
to me.
Mario Kart tournaments at the Cheba Hut. Not all of them, but at some Cheba Huts, we do Mario Kart
I'm
tournaments.
getting the sign. I'm getting the sign. I'm getting the Oscar music. The Oscar music's coming.
Throw the peel.
All right,
Throw the
if you
banana
had a
peel.
challenge Jimmy Wright at Mario Kart, who had better odds of beating? I mean, it's so easy. Jimmy's never played Mario Kart. He didn't even know what the banana peel was.
I like
wait.
competition, so I'm going after you.
Yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
By the
By the
way-
way, you probably beat me, but
was
my
it, you
kids
would-
always give me.
I-
You got to go the high CC,
I just
right?
want to say, Shatsy's ADD. He'd lose interest in the game. I will quickly figure it out.
Oh,
and we'll
bullshit. You
compete.
would not figure it out.
I'll figure it out.
I don't think so, Jimmy. I don't
All
think
right.
so. All right.
Listen, Mark, we want to thank you so much. We've heard a lot about Cheba Hut. We are going to go to Cheba Hut. We're going to
do it.
experience Cheba Hut.
Go right now.
We're going after the shows today because I want to know. I want to know what this is about. But listen, congratulations on all the success and the continued success. You guys, your numbers are great. You're growing, and I love your counterculture brand. So good for you. Guys, thank you so much, Mark. Thank you for doing this with us.
Thank you, guys.